Hey there folks, this is Dan Bell from Incident, and today I'm going to demonstrate using Power Automate to create a flow. And what this flow is going to do is we're utilizing Microsoft Project Online, and when a project is first published in Project Online, we actually want a Microsoft Teams site to be created because the team is actually going to use the Teams site to collaborate on. So along with the creation of that site, there also needs to be a check to make sure that there isn't an existing Teams site for that project already. Otherwise, we will create duplicates, and that's something we want to avoid. Let's get started. We're going to create a flow. I'm logged into flow.microsoft.com, and I'm going to create a automated cloud flow here. And we'll just call this create MS Teams site upon project publish. And let's go ahead and do a search for the trigger first item that we're going to need, and it's actually going to be when a project is published in Project Online. Select that, click create, and this will get us rolling. So what I need first is the URL for my project web app site. So notice I'm copying everything up to the specific instance of the project web app site. Paste that right in here, and that takes care of the when a project is published. Now recall that I said we need to make sure the site doesn't already exist, the team site. Therefore, we need to start with a list of the team's sites. So we're going to list all the teams. Nothing additional is needed there. And we need another step here, and we're going to use a variable here. And this variable is going to help us determine whether or not we need to create a site for this or not. And we're going to call this site exists. It's going to be a Boolean, and the initial value will be false, meaning a site does not need to be created. You do have to use lowercase here. I found out the hard way through testing, so keep that in mind when you go ahead and utilize this. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a condition. And there it is right there. And what that condition is going to do is it's going to look at the list teams, and it's going to grab the team name, and it's going to determine if that is equal to the project name. And we'll go ahead and scroll down here to when a project is published, and there's the project name. Notice a loop was created automatically upon the condition, so that just took place right there. Okay, that takes care of that. So this is again checking to see, does it exist, right? Well, if it does, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to go ahead and set my variable. And let's go ahead and look for variable, and we're going to set that variable, and the variable should already show there because we initialized it earlier. And what are we going to do here? Means we found one. Okay, so we'll set it to true. That takes care of everything that's taking place within this control. So I can close out of that, and I can actually create another. And we're going to create another condition here. We'll go ahead and select the condition down there. And we'll look at my variable site exists. If my site exists is equal to false, meaning there is not currently a site that exists for this project site, a Teams site. I want to create it. Okay, so if it's equal to false, now we need to go ahead into this yes evaluation, and let's look for Teams. Scroll down, and we want to create a Teams, not a meeting. I want to create a team, and there it is right there. Create a team. And now we can specify the name of the team, and we want it to be the name of the project, right? Because that's the only way we're going to have consistency here. Know specifically what name to check for in order to prevent duplication. And we're merely going to call this new team to facilitate among team. Okay, pretty simple. And then the other thing we can do is we can go ahead and send an email here. Just a notification letting us know that a team site was created. You know, I could specify a group here if I wanted to notify all the project managers in the system. I could do that at this point. However, for testing purposes here, I'm going to go ahead and just specify this email that I use in this demo environment. Created for project, and we'll go ahead and find the project name. And to keep things simple, I'm just going to duplicate this in the body because a body is needed in the email, and that takes care of our flow. So it's pretty easy, right? Let's go ahead and save it. And it looks like it's ready to go. We can just do a quick checker here, and checker doesn't find any errors here. Once you save it, it's ready to go. It's actually going to be triggered the next time this event takes place. So let's go ahead and go into my project web app environment. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the EPTs here to create a project. And I'm going to use a program EPT simply because the only required field here is the name of the project. And we'll go ahead and select program 1, and we'll click finish. And the flow will take a moment to actually execute. So let's go back here to the flow, and we'll back up one step, and this will show the run history and some other details about the flow. I can continuously click this refresh flow runs here, and eventually I'm going to see that it's running, and then I should hopefully see that it finished and it succeeded. So we'll keep monitoring this, and there it is. It looks like it's running, and now it looks like it finished. It succeeded. Excellent. That's great to see. I'm going to boot up my email application here, and if things go according to plan, and there it is, it looks like the program 01 site was created, right? And that was literally not even a minute ago from right now. If I go to my Teams environment, yep, there's program 01. So that was created. Excellent, looking good. Remember, the other check we needed to do was to make sure that upon republish, it was not going to be created again. Okay, so we're going to go back to the flow here, and we'll go to this project once again. I'll go to the schedule PDP, go to the task ribbon, and go ahead and click publish. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and select this, and then again I can do the same thing I did before, refresh the flows until I see this flow running again and finishing succeeded, and not see a new site. And there we go. It looks like it's running, and it looks like it succeeded. So a couple things here. We should not see another email come through that a site was created. That's number one. Number two, if I go back to my Teams environment, I should still only see the program 1. Through testing, I have confirmed that if you try to create it again with the same name, it will create a duplicate of that particular site, right? So looking good. So we're going to do this one more time. Delete these emails. No emails in there. And this time we're going to create a program 2. Let's exit out of this one. And we'll go back to our PDP here and go to the EPT and select program. Program 2, I'm going to go ahead and create that. Click finish. And then when we go to Teams here, you can see there's no program 2, right? So again, the expectation is that this will create a team. And there we go. Now we can see it's running. And there you go. It's finished successfully. So momentarily, we should actually see that program 2 was created. And there it is. Sure enough, program 2 is created. Go to our email. MS Teams site was created for program 2. And there you go, folks. Hopefully this helped out with things you're trying to accomplish with Power Automate. We'll build on this particular solution over time. Thanks for attending, and feel free to reach out if there's any comments or suggestions for other videos you'd like to see. We'd really love to hear from you. So thanks, and have a great day.